Fintech Australia and Tier 1 People present the 2022 People's Choice Awards. The Finnies Award, where the Australian fintech community gets to decide the winner. Make sure to join us on the 23rd of June 2022 in Melbourne for the industry's most prestigious awards event. Now, here are a few words from one of this year's finalists.
Hey, I'm John Winters. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Superhero. We are an online share trading platform. We launched about 18 months ago, got about 200,000 customers investing in Aussie shares, US shares, and soon to be crypto, as well as going over the ditch to New Zealand.
Superhero are finalists in Emerging FinTech of the Year, People's Choice Award 2022. John, welcome to the show. Congrats to you and everyone at Superhero for making it to the finals again. How's everybody feeling?
Thanks, Dexter. Yeah, it's pretty exciting to be a finalist again. We got there last year, hoping to take out an award this year. So it's a great position to be in.
Awesome. Well, it was great to hear you do that intro. I don't know if you remember, but I think it was this day after you launched, I invited you into the studio and we recorded a podcast. And now, that wasn't even 2 years ago. I think it was it August or September 2020?
I think September 2020.
Yeah.
We'd seen the entire world fall off a cliff at the beginning of the pandemic, and it all bounced straight back up again. I think it was a couple of days after that. Beginning of September. Yeah.
And here you are, 200,000 customers later, about to go to New Zealand, mate. Incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
it's been quite the ride.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, look, we're kind of here to talk about that ride, and particularly the last 12 months. But before we do that, could you share with everybody a little bit more about Superhero, who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I've been in the financial services industry for the past 15 years or so, and I guess really saw a problem started with superannuation actually, where there was the sort of the top 1% would manage their superannuation through a self-managed super fund, but it was everyone outside of that really had no ability to control where their super was invested or have any sort of transparency over where their superannuation was invested. So we set out to build a platform that would allow you to invest in direct shares and ETFs and build your own portfolio, just like that top 1% do on an annual basis. We built the whole platform from scratch, and when we saw, the whole world sort of crash in early 2020, we actually pivoted and pulled back some of that superannuation structure, which is quite complex in itself, and we launched our trading platform direct to the market. Since then, we launched on the basis it was free to join. It was $5 flat fee per trade. We came in with zero brokerage on Aussie ETFs, and launched as Australia's lowest cost online broker. We soon after that we launched zero brokerage US share trading, which is really taken off over the last 18 months, and soon after that we launched our super fund, which was a really sort of back to the future moment. That's where we started, and getting that up and running has been a fantastic journey. It's sitting up at around $100 million worth of superannuation assets in there today. So, and about 200,000 customers across the platform. So it's been a roller coaster. It's been there's definitely been moments of all emotions along the journey, but it's been a fantastic ride, and we're really excited with the product that helps people on a daily basis, and we continue to see strong take up of the product as well. So
awesome.
It's been a very sort of fulfilling journey to date.
Brilliant. Now, I think you mentioned in the intro there 200,000 customers. Other than what I see on the side of buses. How have you gone about? Because you guys were everywhere at one point. How have you gone about generating that? I mean, that's pretty significant for the type of business that you are. It's notoriously very difficult to kind of get customers and to get them to be sticky as well. How have you gone about doing that?
Yeah, I think the UX, the app that we built, the user experience has been something that's really resonated with the market, and it's something that has really been missing as well. It's the ease of signing up. It's the expectation that we've seen across other industries that have really transformed other industries. Whether it's ride sharing, whether it's consuming content, whether it's podcasts, whether it's TV shows, movies, or music, it's that effortless experience that has not found its way into financial services. And we still see so much legacy technology out there, even with some companies that do claim to be fintechs. We see a huge amount of legacy, and we also see a huge amount of I guess a marketing wrapper across old school technology. And I guess we've been able to come to the market with a digital first product, quite a unique product in many ways, that is compelling on the user experience front. It's compelling on the pricing structure. It's very transparent. And really, I think it's all of those have resonated with people. But I guess it's those acquisition channels that have, worked very well for us. And we have taken I guess it's an untraditional approach for a fintech by using traditional media. And we have taken that approach of going to outdoor media. We wrapped every bus in Sydney and Melbourne in blue. We were giving trading a kick up the ASX. We were crashing Wall Street's party. We had billboards. We had bus stops. We had, we sort of painted Sydney and Melbourne blue. And it was a pretty high risk decision thinking back when we did it, because both cities were in lockdown when we pulled the trigger on those, and really rolled the dice on those lockdowns being finished by the time those campaigns went live. And we've seen a lot of our, it's pretty validating. We've seen a lot of our competitors roll out similar campaigns since then. I don't know if they've had the same cut through as what we had, being sort of the really the first share trading platform, but, the first fintech to really sort of take that out of home traditional media approach, which really resonated with the market. Yeah,
well, obviously I mentioned it, right? So it's it's clearly
it sticks in everyone's mind as well. They're like, "Yeah, we see all your buses." I'm like, "Yeah, we haven't actually had any buses up for like six or 9 months."
Yeah, wow.
So it has really stuck in people's minds, which is fantastic. It's what you want with a marketing campaign, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I do recall that kind of first time when we had you on the show at launch, and you had some pretty impressive backers behind you at the time. Where are you at now in your kind of investment rounds, and who do you have, as investors?
Yeah, so we've been really fortunate to be able to attract some pretty high profile investors across the journey. We started off with the founders of the buy now pay later titans being Larry from Zip and Nick from Afterpay. We've raised $48 million to date. So great validation of the business model that we've built. But we did a $40 million funding round last year. We introduced a number of large Australian financial investors. They've come from Perennial, who are very active in sort of the startup and smaller, I guess the fintech space, and sort of all the way through to scale ups and even in the listed space. Regal Funds Management, Wilson Asset Management. So there's been some really great names, and they've been great investors, great supporters, really striving to support us as founders, support the business as well. They've been great investors, and every one of our shareholders prior to that $40 million round co-invested into that round as well. So it's been great support from everyone all the way along, really.
Now, notoriously difficult B2C fintech in Australia to get customers. It's kind of, if there's two big, huge challenges, that's one of them. You've done an incredible job there. The other one is talent and bringing in the right people. What kind of initiatives or things have you done differently at Superhero to make sure that not only you're able to attract the right people, but you're able to retain them as well?
Yeah, it is notoriously difficult to find good people, and it is getting harder and harder. The thing I'd actually put a lot of, if I was to rank it sort of out of 10, I'd have to put a pretty high score on the brand that we've built. So we've spent a lot of money on building our brand, and that has attributed a lot of value when we're talking to people. People want to come and work for Superhero. We get people knocking on the door saying, this is what I do. I know you're not advertising for this role at the moment, but I'd love to just come and work with you guys. So I think the brand sort of gets people in the door. I think it's then the culture that we've built in the business as well that really sort of, people fall in love with. And it's incredibly rewarding for me to walk in every day and seeing people sort of, wearing the brand, living the brand, sweating the brand every day, and organizing competitions in the office, having, ping pong tournaments, staying back late. It's that great feeling that when you walk into the office and everyone's sort of in the same boat, rowing in the same direction, trying to, build Superhero. It's fantastic. So I think culture is what gets people to stay. The brand is what gets people in the door. But it's becoming more and more important when it comes to employing people to have additional benefits for staff, and that's been a really challenging piece to sort of nail down those sort of employee benefits. But when you get them right, I think it is extremely rewarding. It doesn't only have to be financial benefits either. But it's a whole range of things that sort of pull together to get people in, to keep them here, and to reward them for the group's success.
Yeah. When you launched, obviously we're in lockdown and everybody was working remotely. You've talked there a lot about people being in the office. What have you kind of found has remote work been something that you've embraced, or have you found it, kind of getting everybody together is actually, works better for everybody, particularly when you're in build phase?
Yeah, I guess we launched. We had 5 or I think 7 people when we launched. We've got about 57 today, wow. So we've scaled up pretty quickly. The bigger you get, the more challenges you have. The remote working piece, and I guess this sort of the new age move of working from home, it does challenge the business. It puts a whole bunch of different sort of and unique challenges in front of all of us. When everyone's in the office, there's a great vibe, there's a great buzz, there's great communication, and you lose a lot of that when you are working remotely. I think as a manager of the business, it's also difficult to embed a level of brand loyalty through remote workers, because you sit there, you do your work, but if someone sort of walks in with a bigger paycheck, you don't have that sort of embedded camaraderie. You don't have those personal relationships. So we've always tried to build an office first culture. And we've done quite well at that. We usually have, 70% of the team in every day, and that sort of fluctuates across the different groups in the business. But it's challenging. It's challenging managing, work from home. It was challenging managing remote work. I pretty much worked all the way through from the office. My wife said, if you're not going to if you're going to be home and not work with the kids or help with the kids, then just go to the office. I was like, is this some kind of trick?
Yeah.
Look, I was working from the city pretty much all the way through.
Yeah, I've got to hang washing out between podcasts today.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming to a close. But before we do that, when you look back at this last 12 months, what would you say is what are you most proud of that Superheroes achieved?
I think there's two things. I think there's probably three things actually. The massive validation, getting to the number of customers we've got. Getting up to that 200,000 mark is extremely rewarding and validating. That the product is resonating with investors. We thought we were going to get to 10,000 customers in the first 12 months. And to get to 200,000 after 18 months is fantastic. I think the other thing is the team that we've built. It's all been those guys. The team are fantastic. We've got 57 superheroes in every day. Living and breathing the brand. And also our investors. They're the guys who have sort of made it all happen. Backing us financially to go and build a fantastic product, and to get that product out into the market. So, yeah, those three things, without our customers, our team, and the backing to do it, we just wouldn't be here today. So,
cool.
Yeah, I'd say those are the sort of the three major pieces.
Great. Well, here's your opportunity to kind of speak to your peers in the fintech community. Why should they vote for Superhero as this year's People's Choice Emerging Fintech of the Year?
Look, I think the thing that we've always sort of put at the center of every business decision that we make, and a lot of fintechs say the same thing around, you would put the customer first. I think the key thing that we do at Superhero is we try to drive successful outcomes for our customers, and for decades, fintechs and the tech community have strived to achieve access for their customers. So we're trying to open up access, and when we launched, we were thinking the same way around. We're making investing accessible. I think there's more there to what we actually do on a daily basis, and we've actually taken the view that we're not here just to purely give you access. We're not here to hand you a loaded gun and allow you to trade shares or invest your super. We want you to, we will be successful when you are successful. So we want to drive successful outcomes for our customers. Everything is secondary to that. And we know that if our customers are successful, we as a business will be successful as well. And that's sort of the key fundamental change we put through very early on in our business, was about driving success or successful outcomes for our customers. And we knew if we nailed that, Superhero would be a success. So I think that is the key difference with Superhero. I'd love you all to vote for us. We'll certainly soldier on and continue to drive better outcomes for our customers into the future.
The People's Choice Award is brought to you by Tier 1 People, leaders in fintech executive search. We'll help you launch, scale, and innovate by finding world-class people.